I really like this setup, and once I showed my pastor before the backdrop went up, just this the lighting and all this overall setup, because the backdrops just went up today, last week when he saw this setup, it kind of clicked on him. It was like you could see that he went like this is really cool, but then you could see the gears turning, kind of going,
Good.
okay, now we got you. Now I go, and I talked to him yesterday about the show and finalizing the set and like how much money can I spend and all that fun stuff. And he's like, I'm starting to get nervous. And it was like, and it was more like just him like figuring out what to say and all that. And I'm like,
Right.
okay, it's like, and being in a bigger denomination, you do have that, don't put down the denomination, blah, 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 blah. And I told him, it's like, dude, I'm like, you're not the problem. And that part of it, we don't have to worry about it. And they've clearly put in their minutes what we're supposed to put at the end of every end of every video. They got the whole, the views and opinions of this person does not.
Right.
They got that whole thing for the Salvation Army. So because we even had to look up the minute, because we're like, because in some regions of the Salvation Army, you actually have to get permission from the basically the CEO of the Salvation Army before you can even do anything. So we even had to check that one. We're like, does the commissioner or chief have to approve this before we do this, or do we just do it and just get a slapped wrist because we're being innovative and not doing something that everybody else should be doing? So that was like a 10-minute discussion trying to figure out what the policies and all that was. So it's been neat. The planning meeting was so much fun. It was supposed to be in half an hour, and it lasted a whole hour just trying to figure out episode ideas, the name, the feel of the show. I told them, it's like, let's have a question of the day. So as people watch these videos on YouTube, they can comment on YouTube and we can find questions from that. And, they love that idea. And so, they're really on board and, and all that. So next Monday we'll be taping 3 episodes worth. And then my goal is to push them from doing that into doing an actual live show. Because I think
let them get comfortable with the concept first and sort of get their sea legs.
Yeah, that's what I told them. I said, because the one guy was like our other host that was going to be doing the show. He's like, he was like a little worried. And I says, well, we're going to do this recorded at first. And he's like, we're going to do this recorded. I thought we're going to go live, man. I was all so nervous. I'm like, no, we're okay. We're going to do this recorded first. And the hard part is all me, not you guys. You got the easy parts. You guys just have to talk. I have to do all the post work and all that, which they kind of laugh going, see, he's trying to put all the intention on him. And I'm like, you guys don't even know. It's like post work, it's like, that's why I'm doing OBS and doing live the tape, because I'm like, I'm trying to cut down on the post work as much as possible, because I don't want to do. That's not fun.
Yeah.
That's not fun. I've done that before with just, 5-minute, videos of the kids choir singing, and that was no fun, especially when you're trying to sync, video from like an iPhone and you're trying to. The one thing that people don't realize is you follow the audio markers, but audio markers from one track to even if it's a scratch track, does not match up perfectly. And that's one struggle I've always had, is like, oh, really? So, but no, they're really looking forward to this. So like I said, next Monday's our taping of 3 episodes. So, and they're going to be 30 minutes long. And so we're just going to be right in the sweet spot for doing them on YouTube and all that.
Good.
The third one will probably be the best one, because there will be a lot more relaxed after 2 other episodes.
Yep.
But hey, do not fall to the temptation to let's record the first one again.
Okay.
Just get it done.
Yep.
And move on to the second one, move on to the third one, and then come back, the next time.
And I told them too, I says, you know, this first recording is going to take a little bit longer, guys. I mean, we're doing something completely new. So it's going, the first one's, you know, the first recording is going to, you know, take some time because they're, you know, obviously we don't want to waste too much time because we're already busy doing other things. And I says,
Right.
these first ones are going to take a little bit longer. So yes, even though we're doing a 30-minute show, the episode may take us 45 minutes to an hour to record, but as we get, I told them, I says, but once we start cranking them out, it will be 30 minutes and we'll be
you'll get the groove in. Yeah.
So, and I just sent them today a show notes, kind of giving them an idea. Okay, this is going to be the introduction. This is kind of what you want to say. You know, here's the devotional part. This is what, you know, how this started off, but here's where you add, you know, the devotional thought and, you know, main topic question, you know, I at least gave them a show notes to kind of give them an idea of, okay, this is where I need you guys to add the content. So
no teleprompter yet?
No, I actually did bring that up. I says, do we need to get a teleprompter? And he's like, well, we can just get a, you know, a dry erase board and just put it below the camera. I'm like,
if you're going to do bullet points,
yeah,
you know, that works fine.
Yep.
The host of the All In show, Brian does that. He has just some notes to make sure that he's, you know, asks them about this or asks them about that, and that works just fine.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to do that for something like that, but I just didn't want them to write things out and all that, because unless we're doing it on a teleprompter, I don't want them to do kind of what I'm doing, where I'm looking down instead of up straight at the camera. You know, so I found out my pastor does have a teleprompter, because the funny thing about him is he knows that we should be doing this, but he just, and you guys you've hit on this topic. Everybody said on this topic, but his biggest thing is, you know, what if I'm just doing this for 7 people, you know, and we don't get any growth? And it's like, okay, well, first of all, we got to do it consistently. That's the first thing. And the second thing is 7 people more than anybody else. I mean, I just saw Brady from Pro Church, Brady Sherry, Pro Church. I can't think of the rest of the name.
Pro Church Tools.
Yeah, Pro Church Tools. He just had a video just come out going, don't look at your Sunday attendance as your only metric.
Right.
Which it was a really great point. I mean, one of my favorite points was, you know, if you have 10 people that come into your church and 10 people leave your church at the end of the year, you're still at the same number. But if you had more Bible study attendance, group attendance, more engagement in that, you had, you know, this and this and this, more baptisms and such, then your church grew. You don't just look at the church attendance. And so, you know, that's kind of what I've also told my pastor is like, yeah, only a few people are maybe watching it, but it's a few people more than what we had before. So, you know, he knows that we need to do it. It's just his biggest fear is, why am I going to waste time for 7 people? And it's like, it's not, you know, A, if you stay consistent, it's not going to stay at 7 people, and B, it's 7 more than what we had before. So
even with our streams, we might only have like 1 or 2 people actually watching it live. But then by the end of the week, we might have about 50 or 60 views.
Yep. And that's what I've told them. It says, yeah, we're not going to have many live viewers, but it's going to be the people after the live that people are going to watch. So, you know, so, and I like that we picked the topic that the Salvation Army in Reno is known for. We have a rehabilitation program, so people in the community know it. The recovery community definitely knows that we do this. So, you know, we got a church member that's gone in recovery, and he's like the, you know, walking poster. You're like, the minute we do the show and I go on live on YouTube, I'm literally going to say, dude, hey, Sean, we got this new show about recovery on YouTube, and this guy will spread the word like wildfire. So, you know, I've already come up with a little, you know, word of mouth strategy. And that's where it's going to grow. And that's why I'm not worried about it, because we're picking it for our first show is going to be something that this community obviously needs. You know, we have people that can spread the word of mouth, which I think is still the most important thing, as much as social media and everything else is still great, but word of mouth is still the ultimate best way to go. And then, you know, and then once those people start coming in, then we can build our other content. And because they're already watching and the algorithms will check off because they're watching, then more people will come in. So, I'm really happy, I about this strategy I've delved out. So it should help us out, and, I'm just ready to go because I'm like, I kept telling him, it's like, we're not going to keep holding this off. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Give me a room. Tell me what room I can use. Give me a room, blah, 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 blah. So we got it going.